give you a thumbs up, a high five. I got my deuces out, I got a big bright smile. I feel alive, I occupy my space and
welcome back to another episode of Zooming In with Danyal Diallo. We have an amazing individual among us today. Imani Coppola. How do you pronounce your last name?
Coppola.
Imani. Imani. I put more, emphasis on it.
My parents call themselves Coppolas. Like half of my family is a Coppola, the other half is Coppola. It's just Italian-American crisis.
She is an American singer, songwriter, and violinist, I hear. Is that correct? Are you gonna surprise us with a violin today? We don't know. We don't know.
I mean, I got four sitting over there, but I don't feel like picking it up unless you want to pay me.
I don't feel inspired enough. Inspire me.
It's not that. It's just violin is not an instrument I enjoy playing. I really like to play bass and drums, but the violin, man, that is just pure
pain.
It is, man. That is torture.
Your reaction to that is almost similar to mine when I tell people that I'm a comedian, and they say, "Oh, you're a comedian? Tell us a joke. Make me laugh. Make me laugh." It's just like, oh my gosh, there's a light shined on me now.
Do my taxes.
Do my taxes. Here you go. It's like, I will do it. It's gonna cost you though.
I'm happy that you're into the art of comedy. Comedy has been the greatest healer and the greatest ally I've had in my life. Better than antidepressants, better than alcohol, better than sex, sometimes better than music. But, if you manage to laugh,
literally,
that's it, man. You have reached the pinnacle of the best you could get out of life for that day.
Seeing the mixed nut video that you did, that I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta talk to this person.
I just want to be able to create more without the stress, the really toxic stress that financial insecurity it's just so damaging to creative process. Once you write a song, it's no longer yours, it's the world's. And people feel entitled to it too. They don't feel like they need to even have to pay for it. It moves them, it goes into their heart, and they're like, this is my song. And you can memorize it. It's a ridiculous thing to actually try to profit off. We're always in a state of fight or flight, on the verge of a major breakthrough or a major fucking crash. It's a very manic way of getting through life. There's so much focus placed on social media content that you don't actually get to apply your talent to your art and play a lot of instruments. Now I have to play a lot of social platforms and applications. The record I just made, the new Little Jackie record, I did for the first time do a snippet like, hey, here's the chorus of this song, here's the title, this is what I'm going through, this is what I'm writing. And sometimes just the feedback was just enough to make me write the next verse,
Oh man, I love your energy while you're talking. It's just so much of what you're saying resonates with me.
I like difficult conversations with people. I don't always it's like I can't spend all day texting. Unfortunately, we're monitoring a lot of our creative work through our phones these days. A through line of a thought process without jumping from one thing to another, and my memory is suffering as a result of this. It
got worse with TikTok too. TikTok is
God,
a few videos and then gone.
This modern world, we're desensitized to things that we should feel because we're seeing them too much. We're not getting upset about the right things unless it gets extreme. And I think the whole singularity, this is all going to result into human beings becoming far less sensitive and more like robots. And sorry, it just might actually be, robots might be more sensitive than humans in the future because we've been conditioned to not feel.
I've seen a videos or posts that you posted of you just your work process and
Hmm.
how you talk to yourself as well. You
Oh
demand
God,
what's your standards? That's some
dude, they're so
high
high
level.
and they're so OCD. I just know when it should sound right.
The video that I'm talking about, guys, is a video of Imani literally sitting down with the violin,
Yeah.
and it was
Oh, right.
yeah, yeah, and like you recorded something on audio, and then you're trying to match it up with the song with the violin as well,
And I was
and so
going
it's like
absolutely mad. That's a normal day,
ah,
dude. I feel bad for my neighbors. They like, it's hard to move into a new place because you know what you're bringing. You know your process.
You know, my process is when I sit down to, like, let's say there's an event coming up and I have to, like, 30-minute, 45-minute event, and I have to speak the whole time, right?
Yeah,
I write the script down. I try
yeah,
to memorize the dot points, and from there it's just practice, like verbally. So it's just me sitting
yeah,
here in my room
yeah,
and just like reading, saying
yeah,
out those words,
yeah. You're
and
reading. You're practicing your lines. I get it.
yeah, and then I
Yeah, you're
put on a
rehearsing.
vacuum cleaner, put on a
And
vacuum cleaner. You know, as a public speaker, I always say to people, we all have our giants,
mhm,
you know, and your giant might not scare me, but it does scare you because you have to deal with it. You know,
right.
it's the thing that's haunting you, you know? So it's okay to have giants. We all have them. Some
Oh
just do
hell
it
yeah. It's the human condition.
hide it better than, yeah, some hide it better than others, but we all have them.
And some are
Yeah.
more comfortable talking about them than others.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
am very comfortable,
And
maybe too comfortable.
that's what we need. No, that's what we need though. Because you talking about it makes another person, you know,
Enables
say,
another
"Oh,
person.
wait,
That's why I
this isn't
write the
unique to
music.
me."
Thank you.
Mm,
Thank you for saying
yeah.
that. It is important for you to share what you go through. It's inspiring to people who feel isolated and alienated, who are going through it, who don't have the
Mm.
courage to speak up about it, you know? Damn.
Like
I listened to this podcast.
Yeah,
It's called This Is Actually Happening. And
this is
I
actually
I have
happening.
like a very severe form of PMS, which is called PMDD. So it's like
Mm.
a crazy hormonal imbalance before I get my period. I just become a werewolf. It's not like I become a nervous animal. Like I sound sensitive, light sensitive, motion sensitive,
Mm.
highly irritable. Like my nerves are raised, pain hurts more, feelings, and I get it's very difficult for maintaining any sort of romantic relationships. Guys are just like,
Mm.
no, psychopath. Bye, bitch. Ghost
Oh
block.
no.
Yeah, it sucks. But I
Your
listened to this
delivery
one.
of this whole thing, I'm sorry for laughing.
No,
Your
it's
delivery
okay,
of it is just
dude. It's just, yeah, it's just part of my life. But I listened to this podcast,
that's
and a woman was just talking about her experience and how debilitating it's been for her life. How she's got to schedule everything around that her luteal phase.
mm,
And I identified, and it felt empowering to me to know that I was not the only person
mm,
going through this shit.
mm,
It's hard because a lot of the women in my life, they don't experience it as extreme as I do. But
mm.
I'm an intense person. Of course I'm going to get intense PMS. It comes with the
It comes with it.
territory.
It comes
Yeah, like it
comes with
makes
it.
sense.
Who who in your life inspires you?
Um, my mom, she has MS. She's a writer. She managed to raise 5 kids as a runaway teenager. She had 5 kids by the time she was 30. She managed to put herself through college. Take abuse from my father. Be poor as fuck. You know, my dad's white, and there was just a lot of racial shit and bigotry, and but she managed to just be so graceful through all of her transitions, through all of her hardships, maintain beautiful dignity and this beautiful aura, and never get bitter. And like, that to me is everything. Unfortunately, I took after my father, who's just like a curmudgeon, just like, rah. I'm like, I got his shit so bad, dude. I became a father, the abuser. Cursing, abusing, hater of humanity. That's not true. He's also a very sensitive person. He's also an artist, and he's very much misunderstood, and his background, you know, Italian, first generation, you know, it's generational. He's bringing his own trauma into the situation, you know? So I forgave my parents, you know, forgave them. And that was like the beginning of my life, when I finally let go and just, they did the best they could. They did their best. They were kids too, you know? Yeah.
So letting go was the start.
Letting go is like a major
would you say, with
theme.
your freedom?
Yes. And you know, I got tons of shit to let go of that I'm more mindful of. Like, New York City is probably something I need to either embrace completely or let go and stop feeling bad that I don't like it here. I've been here for 25 years.
Oh my goodness. So would you say you like it, or are you sitting on the fence about it, or what's?
It's a love-hate thing, dude. Like, I know I'm addicted to it, and no one really knows how addicted the city can be. We have everything. It's not just the stuff you could get. It's also the people you could witness.
Reach.
The art you could witness. The energy you could witness. The spirit. You move out of sticks or some small town, you're going to be like, you know,
Nothing's happened.
that's like, yeah, like, you're gonna resent people. And as much as I resent people here for being as loud and crazy, and as people come to New York City for a reason. They're the best at fucking game. You know, you don't got Joe Schmo, small town Joe Schmo, let me go live in fucking New York City. No, you're bringing your best here. So everyone is just so busy and driven and doing their own fucking thing all the time. And it's hard to really connect, you know? It's hard to connect with a person. It's been a struggle. But
And-
you make friends on buses sometimes, and like with old ladies, and you have like the best conversation ever, and you'll never see her again, you know? That's special to me. It's a special place, but
once in a lifetime thing. It's like, I'll never
Yeah.
see you again, but thank you for sharing your soul with me.
yeah, completely.
Yeah.
Yes. You don't
I
get
did-
that in small towns.
No. You know,
Not
coming
enough
to
people.
Canberra from Melbourne, moving to Canberra. When I came here, I was in lockdown. And so, you know, came into Canberra straight away, and I went to lockdown, and I was like, oh man, there's nothing happening. This is so boring. Lockdown is bullcrap, right? And then lockdown finished, right? Lockdown finished,
Uh-huh.
and I got out. I was free in Canberra.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's nothing to do here. What's happening? Like, there was no difference. So I totally get with
I'm
this.
still in
like, activities.
lockdown, but I'm free.
I'm
I
still in
don't get
lockdown.
it. Yeah.
Where is the community,
Yeah.
man? But
well, it
it's
takes time to build.
I guess as well, opportunities are more where people are like more intensely great at their jobs, you know? Like you get more opportunity or times to shine, or more opportunity to be discovered, I guess. if you live in a highly talented, I would say, concentrated area, like New York.
I could see, because the competitive spirit, maybe.
Yeah.
Is it that, or just the fact that you're exposed to more, you're seeing more, you're witnessing more, it's pushing you, it's challenging you. Yeah, that makes sense. That's another reason I don't leave, because I know I need
that
as an artist. Yes, thank you. Yeah. Thank you for finishing that sentence, because I would have spent a long time.
We're best friends, Imani.
You're like, that. That's all you need to say. That.
Just read the lines. But what's coming up right now for you? Or what are you working on? If you can share, if you're at liberty to share.
Yeah, no, I'm just finishing an album, a Little Jackie album, and I need to raise funds to get it mixed. Trying to approach a few labels. I also have to write a clean version of this, and it's almost going to be impossible because every other friggin' word is a curse, man. What did I do? So it's really going to be an entire rewrite of the album. I rent my apartment out. I Airbnb this shit to supplement.
It's not.
It's the easiest way for me to still work in my environment, still be.
While managing the panic, The
panic, exactly. Keeping that shit at bay. And I get to meet new people. They're usually from other countries. It's very interesting. Sometimes we have sex.
Like me. Wait. Not like me. Wait. I take it back. Wait.
The timing was awful. That timing was awful.
It was not planned. It was...
Oh my god.
Imani, thank you so much for joining me on this podcast.
Thank you for giving me the laugh of my day. You gave me the laugh of the day.
Woo, glad to